What is up, guys? What's up? It's Shanny with Healing Elements. Super late. I think it's like 10:30. I'm in my courtyard. It's curfew, but we're inside our apartment complex chilling. Mask in hand, definitely. Mask up, guys. That's my heartfelt thought. Let's save each other. But this video is all about saving, but in a different way. It's about appreciation, gratitude, to be powerful enough to let control go if you're like me and you do so much for other people, people pleasing or healing in any way, or service or servitude, right? Just over working shifts for other people, taking on duties. You know who you are, right? Usually empaths. And it's hard for me to I never, first it's hard to have in, I guess, a spiritual awakening, someone who you're comfortable with in those moments, as a spiritual practitioner, calling out to other people who are doing any form of bonding with you and supporting you and lifting you up, etc. Very few people, but so, I just was really, one of those days, everyone right now, whether it's financial, dude, whether it's death, whether it's sickness, whether it's crowded house with online learning, hours and different age groups. And we had our eldest move back in March, I think, for COVID. And it's just, we are a family of blended personalities. And so I tend to overexpress, and they generally, except for my youngest daughter, she's Scorpio, Pisces. Not that that's, all that it is. It's so much right now. So, but that being said, the two Leos and Capricorn tend to underexpress, right? Tend to not be comfortable. There's an uncomfortability with dealing with raw vulnerability, I'll say, right? And just being me and my daughter will be mood and brood. Oh, you will know when we have reached an overwhelming point or exhausted our energy or whatever. So, I've been knowing for quite a while, and my youngest daughter and I have been expressive enough where, we're reaching out to, things that are benefits for her age group, they have a wellness center and just things to keep her, self-care. She dyed her hair, all that kind of stuff. Not that my eldest son, or my only son, my eldest daughter, and husband are not, but I think that they are just an autopilot. They're almost as if they're that captain on the boat of D-Day, and they're just eyes straight ahead, that kind of thing. Let's worry about that. We won't think about that now. We'll think about it tomorrow. I feel that's what's been going on. But the point is, last 2 days, especially today, it was their time. The two Leos, Capricorn, it was their time apparently to, in their own way, just express this is terrifying. It's okay to have moments of, feeling you can say this is really cumbersome. My son can say, I am bummed that I'm missing all this time with senior year in high school, and I had to cancel my junior prom, and I'm not with my girlfriend, yada yada. It's okay to admit that. It's not a negative thought. If you admit it, process it, say, hey, what can I do to make yourself feel better, right? We get in these patterns, playing board games, yada yada. It was all about them in their own way. It was so intriguing, but just really everybody was at each other's throats. So we had without going into family details, we had the youngest two who, if they do fight, the Leo and Scorpio, 18-year-old and 15-year-old, it's no one wants to give up. So stubborn. I was the only child. I don't know the experience except for having these guys, and I love them so much. But when the thunder comes, it's a hurricane. It's like a volcano. It's crazy. The lion and the scorpion meet in the savannah, and it's an all-night affair. So blessings to them. I love them. I never really speak on them on my channel, but this is just, everyone is experiencing in their own different way. And so, typically I don't let it get to me, but there's been a lot of hard points that I've spoke on throughout this whole year with different things that I've dealt with interpersonally, and then also what's going on, what's going down for us all. So, but that being said, I had, had some really good, standing in my power, like just really flowing, practicing self-care, you know, dieting, lost like 20 pounds more of my goals. So that was going good, and I was on the path of, you know, not, I don't think, just like my beautiful, wise, kindred soul spirit. I love you, Mo. I appreciate you who inspired this video, why I'm expressing this. You know, in these moments, my point to this video, in these moments where it got to me, it finally like broke. I was just like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna have my moment and totally just ride the wave of, this is frustrating, you guys are making it work. You know, I was like, this is crazy. And then the chaos, it was like a moment for me to be just like, it's okay for me to be like the warrior spirit and be like, dudes, we have to start doing fun things. So I made something fun after I had came out to the courtyard, and I was trying to stay strong, but I feel like now looking back at it, it was being controlling over my own ability to accept help. I decided to just break down. I left some voice recordings for this beautiful Leo who we met in divine timing. I feel everyone comes in your life for a purpose, for a season, or a reason, or a lifetime, or something to believe in, is what I, say sometimes to clients. So in any case, I did this like raw, and I was like, even real, I'm like, girl, dude, I don't have really anyone to do this raw to. Totally trust you, but this is what's up. I'm like finally feeling, they bring it down the hurricane. I feel like I'm in the lifeboat. So, and I got just the most beautiful wisdom and just all this like, that reverberating great vibe energy that lifts you up when a soul sister, soul kindred spirit, right, is in need. And so gratitude, love, light, and like permission, dude, to speak out if you're feeling happy and in a good place, like being able to do self-care and realign to center. Or if it's the opposite, like if you have a bad day, reach out. Like I just know that that's something I don't speak about, the way in which I'm stubborn, I think. And that's shadow work. I just popped up, right? Surprise, gonna always surprise you. And I think it's kind of beautiful after I get over it. But that was something within me where I'm like, this is just what you're always infamous for doing. It's like, I do not take as much of my own medicine, my own healing advice, my own practices to, use for myself. I don't get as much dose as I give to everyone else. And that is not because I am unwilling to. It's because what I do is either two things, which are just as bad. I'll get lazy in like the pity party, which is not that often, or this reason, I will exhaust my energy running to the next person that calls out on Instagram or email, or of course primarily my kids, or relative, my mom, something like that. Like I will just feel as if I need to exhaust all my energy to heal, help someone else rather than deal with myself. Now, of course, it's a big lesson that I've learned over the past like 3 years especially. I always realize this and realign and pull back a little bit. You know what I mean? But I have a pattern of definitely getting to the point in which I recognize that I am spending, the equilibrium's not equal. I'm spending too much time giving energy and not taking the time to go to one of maybe a YouTube healers or positive affirmation YouTube site, or like one of my favorites, like, I don't know, something like that, tarot, anything. But the point is that good news is you've got friends in low places, or you've got friends in high places, right? You have friends that if you, I think, are brave enough to drop the control and reach out, it's like if they don't respond in the way in which that is supportive, that proves something it is for a divine reason too, right? So shout out, love you, Mo, the Black Elephant on YouTube, if you want to check her out. Just really appreciate the time like she took and just the connection that we've had. And it's just really beautiful how many times I feel humbled to say that, quote, I'm always saying healers need healing too, like in any practice that you are. So blessings, love, and light. Stay safe, guys. Please mask up for all the nurses. I'm in Santa Clara County, California. It's bad. One of my friends is, she cleans, like for 10 years, she cleans janitorial services for the hospital. It's bad, you know what I mean? Like, so it's just really sad, like the crazy stories that are real, true. There's no fake media about it. Like, let's just all do this sacred duty that should come from our heart and like protect ourselves. Who gives a shit if we have to wear a cloth? That's my rant for the end of the video, guys. Namaste, but I'm just saying, please, please use the practical mind for this one, and not the conspiratorial mind, like, and it'll be over before you know it, because this too shall pass always, right? I was reminded with this experience tonight and today, and getting some regenerative energy from a soul sister, and just that this too shall pass, and it passed quicker than I thought with a different mindset, of course. Like I always know, like I give out, I switch perspectives, and sure enough, before I was walking in the house, you know, hubby and kids switched perspectives too, and the energy was all uplifted, and they accepted my idea, which, that's right, leave it off with this. My idea is to get fun and creative now that we're in this lockdown again, whatever. So we have 5 people in the house, 2 adults, 3 kids, well, 15, 18, 22. And so there's 5 days of the week. So each person has a day of the week, and it gets named something funny. Like Monday is, I think, like, I forget, something Marvelous Monday, Marvelous Marcus Monday, I think. I don't know. But mine, I think, is, yes, Funky Fresh Friday. So we all made these names anyway, so we get, like, after dinner, an hour that we can, like, pick what we're gonna do. Like, we usually do, like, a movie or, like, board game or, like, online, these little, like, trivia games. We got Jeopardy, like, all kind of stuff to try to, you know, keep the flow in motion and just stay together, right? In one room before we go off and do whatever we're gonna do, like this. Or homework or go to bed or whatever. So I thought that was really cool. I didn't think when I came out here to leave all those messages from home, I was like, oh yeah, they're probably going to shoot down the idea. Like, they're always saying chaos, chaos. It was amazing how, like, things come together, and this too shall pass. It passed, and can't wait to do that. Another secret surprise they don't know about, an Easter egg. You guys can get in on the fun, and maybe I'll film it. So I figure, why not? You know the show Big Brother? I don't know if you know. Kind of inspired me just thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? Sometimes when they all wake up, there's like mystery decorations around, or it'll be like a theme. So I have a feeling I'm gonna order like super cheap clearance, like 20-cent little things, maybe big blow up clowns or something. And like randomly every once in a while, the fam will just wake up and there's just like a theme, or like blown up clowns or some shit like that all around the house. I have to start spicing it up, because obviously my poor people are feeling the struggle, they're feeling the strain, I think, and we'll get through it, and it's okay. But I'm just saying it might get tougher. Is that, it sounds like it's weird. Anyway, it'll get tougher before everything mellows out, right? But I will be here in good times and in bad. And I was considering doing like a video when I was just like, you know, tearful and exhausted. But I think that it's interesting for me. I never am guided to do that. I'm guided to like recenter and then tell the story afterward, so that it, like, I feel the message that it speaks to me is to show that, like, literally you are always a work in progress, always a recalibration is what I say. And I was reminded by Mo, I feel, I have a hard time accepting that. I feel like, oh, some people have it together 100%, like always aligned. But I feel like there are times in our lives for every one of us where we have to recenter ourselves, rebalance. And even if that's many times, it's okay. Even if it's a few times, it's okay. There's no comparison ever, no judgment. Blessings, love, and light, you guys, and stay safe and well. Sending tons of love.